Are there any takeaways for retail investors who are looking to buy the dip and add to their portfolio? Any categories of cryptocurrencies they should be looking at? Anything that they should be wary of?
During an interview of Kevin O'Leary in CNBC, he shared his crypto play during the recent market sell-off, with 20% of his investments are digital assets.
I think right now, if you're, licking your wounds, go to the large cap projects. I mean, the Ethereum, Bitcoin, obviously, Polygon, Solana. There on Polygon's been slaughtered, and it's a good project. Great opportunity to add to it. I have very big positions in these names, and I've been nibbling as well. There's nothing wrong. The one thing I would tell everybody is you can't pick the bottom. It's impossible. You have no idea when it's going to happen. But if you're staying long the category, you need diversification. I have so many different positions on right now, and they're all over the map. Now, come year end, what'll happen, because this is a year where we're going to be looking at tax returns on all crypto trading and income, there'll be a lot of maneuvering on the projects that did not recover to take them as tax losses versus the ones that did. And that's going to be the nimbleness of trading. And that's why it's important to look at your positions and make sure you have liquidity in them, because and most of these projects are very, very liquid, so it's not a problem. And we actually haven't seen, we had the Binance story yesterday. They looked for a couple of hours of room on what they called a lazy trade. The Celsius thing, well, that's a gate. That's not good. So that will not end well. And when you lock the gate in a hedge fund, basically, you upset a lot of investors, and when they get the opportunity to sell, they do with a vengeance. Never good to do this. Can't help them, but they didn't understand the situation, I guess. But there'll be some money lost there. But Binance is the big daddy of them all on platforms, and they seem to be surviving. FTX looks fine. Circle, rock solid, didn't break a buck. Put out an announcement to their investors yesterday saying, look, to the extent we've had to have margin calls, there hasn't been a problem. I mean, these are the things you look for in stress situations. You've got a lot of infrastructure holding its own. So I think there has been some maturation or maturity coming into the crypto market by these behemoth infrastructure projects. I'll say the same for BitBuy and for WonderFi, holding their own, making sure their clients are being taken care of. I have big positions in those companies as well. So we're all, weathering the storm, and you have to do this. There's nothing else to do except watch with wonder.
Now, you said that it's hard to call a bottom, but let's say we continue to see a sell-off. Is there the possibility that the crypto sector, dropping in value could hurt the U.S. economy ultimately, or is it just a degree of magnitude so irrelevant that it's not going to make much of a difference?
Well, the great news about the crypto economy and even positions like Bitcoin or Ethereum, these are decentralized holdings. It's not just the American investor exposed here. Bitcoin is all around the world. And it's only 880 billion before the correction, which, as you rightly pointed out, is a big nothing burger. And so that's nothing. I mean, even all of crypto under 2 trillion is still nothing in financial services. So there's so much upside to this sector. When we do get policy, when we get institutional investors and sovereign wealth involved, then you'll start to see real assets. But if Bitcoin went down another 20%, it wouldn't really matter because it's spread around everywhere. And most of the holdings are not institutional. For all the excitement about Bitcoin, no institutions own it yet. And that's the decision you have to make at a time like this when you're an investor. I mean, this is an opportunity to say to myself or anybody, look, if I believe in 3 years, 36 months, that there'll be policy on Bitcoin, do I want to own it after policy comes and all the institutions start buying it? Or do I want to take a chance and live with some volatility now and buy it here at 24 or 23 or 20,000, whatever it's going to go to? I don't know. But if you believe in Bitcoin, it's a buying opportunity, but you can't guarantee that you're catching the bottom. Nobody catches the bottom. It never works that way.